Hi R2, today we're going to focus on facial features in charcoal. So we are going to do an eye, a nose, a mouth, and an ear, all four. The charcoal materials that you were given are a tortillon. This is a little blending stump. We have compressed charcoal. We have vine or willow charcoal, so the thin sticks. And then you should have also received a white charcoal pencil and a black charcoal pencil and a kneaded eraser. The kneaded eraser, I know that some of them got hard, so I apologize if that's what happened to you. But kneaded erasers are essentially erasers that are malleable. You can pull on them, and what it basically does is clean itself. So as you pull it, it cleans off the outer edge, and you can also twist it to make little points so that you can erase small details. If you don't have a kneaded eraser, and a white eraser will work fine, or the end of a pencil eraser as well, okay? All right, so first thing I'm gonna start with is the eye. When you're working with charcoal, charcoal is all about add and subtract layers of values. So the first thing I'm gonna do is get a little value down on my paper, okay? I'm gonna use my fingers to spread it. Charcoal's super messy, so just embrace, so that I can get some value down around the skin. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by drawing my eye shape, okay? So a lot of people think about eyes just as football shapes, but eyes have a lot more detail than that. And I would encourage you to look in the mirror while drawing your eye, okay? So eyes are more of an almond shape with the upper lid overlapping the bottom lid. And then you also have this little area here in the front, which I like to call the eye booger catcher, but you know, I use really official terms. Now that I have a little eye shape down there, I'm gonna go back and use my kneaded eraser and take some of the charcoal off the paper where the white of my eyes will be. Remove some of that. Okay. Then I'm gonna go back with my pine charcoal, add some back on. Okay, I'm also gonna add my upper lid on. How does the upper lid relate to the eye itself? How much shadow do you need back here? So add a little, and then I might erase some and add it back on. Add the lines back on I need. I'm going to add a little bit more shadowing under here, under this lid. Okay, next I'm going to start taking my white charcoal pencil and I'm going to add a little bit of white in here. Okay, and then I'm also going to add a little line of white under here. This is going to act as my bottom lid. Go back with a charcoal pencil here and add more crisp edge. Okay, the pupil and the iris. So when you're drawing the iris, okay, what you want to pay attention to is how much of your iris goes below your bottom lid. For me, mine just barely touches it. For some people, it goes under a lot. Okay, for others, it doesn't even touch. So pay attention to how far down your iris goes. Also, pay attention to how big your iris or your pupil is within that. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my charcoal pencil and I'm going to start to add like the shards of color. And I'm going to leave a spot for a highlight as well. So I'm going to add then I'm going to take my compressed charcoal because that gives me the most black value. And I'm going to fill in the pupil, also leaving a little space for a highlight. I'm going to go back over my lid here so I can get some of that black compressed charcoal on there. It's really nice. Okay, now I'm going to take my tortillon, my blending stump, and I'm going to kind of blend the lines a little bit in my iris, smooth it out a tiny bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take my white charcoal pencil and I'm going to add a little highlight, and then add some white down here. But I'm not going to shade all the way up. I want a little bit of a shadow underneath that upper lid to add dimension. So I am actually gonna leave a little gray up at the top of the white of the eye. Okay, next I'm gonna add a little highlight onto my pupil. I'm not really happy with the edge of my pupil, so I'm actually gonna go back with a charcoal pencil and clean up some edges here. See if I can get compressed charcoal on a nice edge. So that's my blackest value. Kind of from this point on, I don't wanna smudge or with my finger or blend with my Tortillon too much, but I do kind of wanna make sure things look nice and neat. So it's about that balance of how much should I smudge and then how much should I leave it. I'm gonna smudge over here a little bit more. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything about eyelashes quite yet. I could add a few on the bottom if I wanted to, but one thing that students often do with eyelashes is they make them way too intentional. So it's often better to leave them off if you're not feeling confident about it. If you're feeling okay about it and you just wanna just go for it, just do them a few super quick to the side, and then let it go, okay? Actually not super happy with that, so I'm gonna smooth it out again. And I'm gonna erase a little bit because I added too much value to my upper lid now. All right, I think I'll stop there. Pretty happy with that. Remember, don't overwork it, okay? Just when you get to a stopping point that you're happy with, just let it be. All right, so that is my eye. Okay.